Well, hey, Clint again, 2 years in the future. Hope you enjoyed those first couple videos in the course. You are about to jump into, in my opinion, what is the most important part of this business. Because in real estate, you've probably heard this before. If you haven't, here you go. The money is made on the buy. So we're about to jump into the land acquisitions module. If you are new, your only goal right now should be mastering the videos in this section and mastering the associated skills. Because without the ability to go out and find good deals, you do not have a land business. And for those hardened investors who have been in the trenches for a while, I encourage you to go through here to see how we're doing things, to kind of get our perspective. Maybe it adds a little tweak to your business that can help you make a lot more money. Now look, one common pitfall I see, especially from new investors, is analysis paralysis, okay? And so there are some modules in this section that show you how to evaluate land deals. Again, if you're just getting started, I really encourage you to just be focused on finding deals, right? Whether you're sending out mail, you're doing cold calls, text messages, whatever it is, that is the core competency that makes you money in this business at the end of the day. And hey, once you find that first or next deal, if you do just need a second set of eyes, or maybe you're looking for somebody to partner or help fund the deal for you, we encourage you to hop into our community. We have it on Facebook. It is completely free. The link is in the description to join. Without further ado, hope you enjoy the acquisition section of the land funnel method. All right, welcome back to this video in our foundations module, all about motivated sellers. I wanted to do a quick conversation with you so you understood a couple key mechanisms about the motivated seller. First off, who are these crazy people that are selling us their land at such a deep discount? How do we interact? How do we conversate with them? What's the general situation? Where are they whenever they're on the phone with you? This is important so you know how to communicate, right? If you were talking to a buddy in a coffee shop versus talking to somebody trying to sell something at a pawn shop, you're probably gonna have a different conversation. And so I wanna kind of unpack that a little bit here. And then lastly, I'm gonna tell you, how do you go start finding these people, getting in touch with them, and start buying their properties? Let's dive in. Okay, first things first, who is the motivated seller? What is this? What's the definition, okay? This is the person on the other side of the phone, the actual landowner that you are going to buy the property from. Now, they're considered motivated sellers because somewhere, for some reason in their life, there's a situation that's dictating that they would like, or they need cash significantly more than they need to keep that property, that piece of land that you're contacting them about. Now, you know, especially for new investors, it's hard to imagine why would somebody want to sell a property? Why would they want to sell a property at such a deep discount if they could just go sell it themselves? Well, in our industry, it's very, very hard, and I even have this, and I tell people this all the time on the phone. Land is an extremely illiquid asset. And you can say this to somebody, man, have you ever tried to sell your property? And normally land's very hard to liquidate, especially the properties that we typically target. So if you think about that, the fact that somebody has a situation in their life, combined with the fact that land is hard to sell, and then you mix in this third trait, this third problem, is that there's so much land in the US, a lot of it has been inherited and passed down, and mom died or dad died, or they've just had it for so long, they're so tired of paying the taxes on it. There's so much property out there that there is a high likelihood that you're going to run into somebody that says, I'm so tired of this property, I don't want it anymore, I would rather have some quick cash. So put yourself in their shoes. What are you thinking? Have you ever been in a situation where you just really needed some cash quickly and you wish you had something, you could sell or some way to get it? Well, oftentimes that's what property does. That's what somebody's piece of land does. Now, you may wonder, man, there's so much competition, there's so many people out there doing land investing these days. A, I'll just tell you from the inside look at it, no, there's not. But B, think about it, okay? If I have a piece of property that's worth $20,000 and I get a letter for it 4 months in a row offering $4,000 and I don't have any decent use for that money right now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna rip it up and I'm gonna throw that letter in the trash. But think about the 5th month, when your car breaks down, or when your daughter's in the hospital, or when your grandma needs to go into the home. At the time I'm filming this, my dad just put our grandfather in a memory care unit. Buzzkill, sorry. But it cost him like $25,000. It's so much money, right? What if a situation like that presents itself? And all of a sudden this thing you've been paying $100, $200, $500, $1,000 a year in taxes to keep, in your eyes, it's like, when am I ever going to do anything with that property? I haven't used it for 10 years, or I inherited it from dad, or whatever the situation is. They think about it so much more as a solution to their problem than the fact that they own it. So if I don't have a need to get that quick cash, your letter is just annoying to me. But everything can change in the drop of a bucket, in a second, and the next letter that hits their doorstep is going to be the one where they're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that property. Because like I told you a second ago, land is illiquid. Normally when somebody has a property that they generally don't care for, they've tried to sell it before. They've tried to sell it either with a realtor, or maybe an investor contacted them and tried to do some sort of agreement to close it and they couldn't. Typically, folks who own land have tried to sell it multiple times. So you saying the phrasing, you saying the words, land is so hard to sell, land is illiquid, normally that really will resonate with somebody. And so I tell you this so you can understand and come from the right attitude and place when you're talking to somebody. Look, you'll get calls from people who aren't motivated, and those are the ones that are saying, just give me your offer and don't talk to me. Hang up, don't want to talk, okay? That's not a motivated seller. Still great to send them an offer, but the truth is that's not the person we're looking for. We're looking for the person who has a situation, who has a reason to liquidate a property quick, and can really use that quick cash that we're able to get them. So when you're conversating, when you're chatting with a motivated seller, first I want you to realize you're not talking about land. All right, I know you think about it, you're getting into land investing, but you're not talking about land. And when I eventually put the intake module into the mastermind here, I'm going to go way, way, way in depth on how you really talk to a seller, but I'm going to keep it high level for now. When you're talking to a seller, you're not talking about land. In theory, you are, right? The subject of that conversation may be around land, but what you're really talking about, you're talking about a problem. You're talking about a problem, you're talking about a solution. And so when you chat with somebody and you kind of go into these conversations, it's really important to think about, what is the problem? What's going on in people's life? It's okay to ask that. Hey, I'm a fast cash for land guy. Why'd you call me? What's going on? People will generally spill the beans, right? So motivated sellers have a problem and you are the solution. And the bridge, or most people don't think about it that way, but the real bridge or the real moneymaker is your ability to get on the phone and describe to somebody, hey, this is your problem, okay? You have a property over here and I can be the solution, right? This property is the solution, I'm your solution. Let me show you how easy it is. When you can get somebody in that mindset versus thinking, oh, I'm taking a haircut on my property, you generally are going to get a lot better responses and have a lot better conversations. All right, so wrapping up, who's the motivated seller, right? That's the person selling you the property. They're not selling you their land at a huge discount for fun. There's a problem. There's generally a situation in their life. It could be as dire as some of the examples I shared. Someone's in the hospital, someone's going to the home. I literally just talked to a guy about 20 minutes before filming this, and his car broke down. Like, he hit a deer, and he needs $9,000 to fix his car. Or no, he needs like $4,000, but we're paying him $9,000 for his property. That's a problem. He has a property he doesn't use. It was the solution. We bridge the gap. We'll make 30 grand on it, right? That's the motivated seller. The problem, you're the solution. They have a problem, you have a solution. You start filling in the middle, you're going to get better about asking questions and learning about how to, conversate and how to actually take a property down and analyze it and ask pointed questions. All those things will come with time. For somebody in the foundations getting started here, I want you to understand that's who the motivated seller is, right? All right, you're probably asking yourself or asking me now, okay, Clint, how do we find these people? How do I get on the phone with them? How do I actually start generating the opportunities and the deals for my business? Well, I'm not going to talk about that specifically in this video. We're going to have a module in our course, or in our mastermind rather. It's going to be the very first one, so it'll be there when you're ready. And it's going to show you our whole method, exactly how we find and source off-market property deals. So you're going to check that video out. I'm going to show you my full method. You may be wondering, do I use the tax list, Clint? Do I call a county? Do I use a data service? Don't worry about those things, okay? There's a couple different ways to get lists and to get in touch with property owners, but at the end of the day, it's very simple. We're going to get a list of mailing addresses. It's going to be for vacant landowners, and we're going to send them a mailing template, all right? We're going to show you how to do all that throughout the Foundations course, and then once you get into the actual mastermind material, we'll show you the process we go through on scrubbing the data, sorting through it, and actually figuring out how to target a hot market with motivated sellers. Hey, thanks for jumping on. Hope this video was helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.